And today we're going to look at tongues from a biblical theology perspective. Biblical theology basically is the story of the Bible. And in order for us to track this, we need to start in Genesis chapter 1. And every time you come to the Bible, this is my advice, every time you come to the Bible, you should always consider the first 3 chapters. Think about the first 3 chapters. As we're reading the Bible as a narrative, as a story, we get to Genesis chapter 11. And there we notice that the Bible tells us that up to that point, humanity was of one language. And we read this in Genesis chapter 11. This understanding that we just read is critical. It is so critical. And yet, if you're not tracking biblical theology, you're not tracking the narrative of the Bible, you're going to read right by this. Biblical theology wants us to look for incidences that create problems or resolutions to them in the story. And so Jesus comes and he tells his disciples, go into all the world. Matthew 28, 18 and 19. What often happens if you read in your Bible, that when God starts something, he often jump starts it with the miraculous. And we read about this in Acts chapter 2, 4 through 6. And were confounded because that they heard them speak in his own language. Every man heard him speak in his own language. Right there, it is as clear as a bell what God was doing. He was giving a sign that the gospel was going to go into all the world in all languages. The gift of language, whether supernaturally given or taught, is for the spreading of the gospel. So what Paul is saying here is languages, tongues, a language is a gift, is given or learned so that we can go into the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Biblical theology teaches us that diverse languages were created to divide humanity. Jesus came to call humanity back together for his kingdom. He jump-started the movement with a supernatural gift of language and called us to use it to spread the gospel.